Mr. Russell, regarding the economy, nationally there has never been more Americans employed. Home ownership is it's a fact, dear, it's a fact.
Please,
home ownership.
Could we please respect the two candidates? They are the ones who are running for this office. Let them answer the questions, and we'll hear what they have to say. You are not running for the office. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, and you're going to make your decision on their answers. Let them answer each other.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
Regarding the economy, nationally there has never been more Americans employed. Home ownership is at record levels. The Dow Jones Industrials closed at yet another record high today, meaning great news for more than half of all American households, many of whom hold stocks in their 401k accounts. Crude oil prices are dipping, as are prices for natural gas and affiliated products such as gasoline and home heating oil. Interest rates remain historically low. Retail sales surged in September. A record holiday season, shopping season is projected, and tax revenues are surging, driving down the projected federal budget deficit quarter after quarter. How would you improve on those numbers?
First off, the stock market is not the economy, and I would encourage people to, is there anybody here that would take the bet that 60 days from now, say January 15th or so, that gas prices will still be going down? I know there'd be a couple people that don't pay attention, but I've watched this since I've been a kid. Okay, and the fact of the matter is, I'm certain, just by when you're statistically, that if there's more people in America, there's probably are more people working. But that is a relatively meaningless statistic when you look at it from that context. The bottom line is, yeah, more people are working more than one job, as I talked about. What is going on here, and there will be a Christmas season, but listen, if you talk to the real estate people, the housing market is in a big slump. I know a guy that's only made $12,000 this year as a mortgage broker, and he's barely stayed in the business. So this is, and he's not an unsuccessful guy. Things are changing. Every single office I go into with my insurance plan, they know what the problems are. And I had talked to an individual the other day who didn't happen to be a Democrat, and you know what he said? He said, we're in for a shock that is going to be untenable. We need to look forward, and what we have to do, current accounts deficit is unbelievable, the highest in history. And there is more to this economy, again, that, you know, overinflated earnings here relative to, looking at the borrowing that's going on from China. If China cuts back, decides, well, you've reached your limit, USA, on your credit card, then there is going to be a shock that will have not only social, it will have social and economic implications, the kind this country has never seen.
Congresswoman, 1 minute.
I don't know how you can deny the fact that jobs are up, home ownership is up, that interest rates are at a low, a tremendous low that people have taken advantage of in businesses. One of the things that we did in the tax bill, we allowed small businesses to expense their equipment. Previously it had been $25,000. It had been that for 30 years. We allowed businesses to expense their equipment up to $100,000 each year. You know what that did? That created jobs. Because when they replaced that equipment, they created jobs. When they bought that widget off the shelf, jobs were created. The economy is doing well, and I know it must be a terrible burden to go around saying it's not doing well, John.
30 seconds, Mr. Russell.
Well, first off, when we talk about workers, voting to block the stripping of overtime protection, I addressed the president a couple of years ago over on Anderson Road on the Fair Labor Standards Act that they were trying to revise, and you know, workers are not having a very good time of it. They're having to work more for less than ever before. The Walmartization of America, and indeed, when we talk about real estate, she is supportive, my opponent, of allowing the banks, and this is per a quote from a real estate person, the banks to get into and do the Walmartization of the real estate business, title, mortgage. I don't think that's a good thing. I support small business.
I think he has the wrong information, because I don't support Walmart getting into the real estate business, and I don't support the banks getting into the real estate business. As a matter of fact, I'm one of the few people who did not sign onto the letter approving it. So once again, he comes up with a fabrication here. But let's talk about the overtime vote bill. Do you know that 5.4 million Americans are now guaranteed overtime pay as a result of that bill? I think that was a pretty darn good vote.
Thank you. Distracted again. Where are we? Who gets?
I don't know.